Alright guys, remember my previous video of the DIY alarm? I've upgraded it now. It runs on a battery. See it now, this is the lithium ion battery here with a switch. See, it's on. Remember our reset button? It goes off. No matter how fast you run, you can never escape it. Even if you are the flash. Oh, okay, it has some limits. The battery system is made of a boost converter module, a battery of course, and a TP4056 lithium ion battery charger. Let's turn it off. This is our TP4056 lithium ion battery charger. This red guy here, and a 5-volt charging port. Our battery is a 3.6 volt lithium ion battery which supplies a max of 4.2 volts, but we need at least 12 volts so that our buzzer can be very loud. This is where the boost converter comes in. I used the MT3608 boost converter module, which I got for a cheap price of 400 naira out of 360.com.ng. To boost, it helps us boost the battery voltage to around 14 volts. I advise to stay around 12 volts. You can put it higher, but I advise to stay around 12 volts. But normally, MT3608 usually use ×2 of the voltage to be on the safe side. But the TP4056 guys charges the power bank, the battery here through these charging ports, but it's not really that because it already has its own charging ports. But I don't have this type of charger at home, so that's why I use this guy. So let's get to the connection, guys. First, we're going to need something to charge our battery, which is our TP4056. So that's be the plus, minus, B plus, and a B minus. B minus. The B plus here and the B minus here, what's responsible for charging our battery. The B plus here and the B minus here was also responsible for charging our battery, and this guy minus and plus are for the input, which will come from our charging port. So this is our, forgive my poor drawing, this is our charging port, this little guy over here. So this ground here goes to this negative side. You have to use a blue for that. This VS pin, which is the voltage pin, goes to the positive. Note these guys they're not connected here, so do not connect them together. The next thing we have to do is to connect the battery plus and battery minus to our batteries. Now the battery plus should go to the positive side of the battery, which is this side of the battery here, while the B minus should come to this other side of the battery, the flat side. Now the connections now, remember, just because they're crossing each other does not mean they are connected. This guy here, they are not connected. I repeat, they are not connected. Now I'm going to make the connections to our MT3608. This guy here, which is the negative of the battery. I put a switch here so you can turn it on and off. So anytime I press this switch, and the switch comes down, it connects these two parts together so that current can flow to the MT3608. So this guy here, see, it's coming from the negative side of the battery, so it should go to voltage in minus, V in minus, and this positive side will come here. Good. Now the V out will simply go to our DIY alarm. Remember the power for our DIY alarm we made in a previous video. Our 12 volts from our 12 volt adapter from the previous video went to pin 1 of our 7805 IC. Let's just show the DIY alarm out. DIY alarm. Do some positive, negative. Let's put this guy 1 and this guy as 2. I put this 1 and 2 here so you can know that the 1 and 2 of the 7805 IC, our V out to go to pin 1 of 7805 IC, which is the voltage in of our 7805 IC. While the V out minus will go to the negative, that is pin 2. This is our 7805 IC over here. So that's all. We have successfully powered our DIY alarm with a battery. That is very useful. Now let's talk about battery. It's a very important aspect of our DIY alarm, because without power it can't work. Now this is the similar battery that I use for our DIY alarm. There are two similar versions like this. These flat ones are usually called LiPo batteries. These ones are called Li-ion batteries, lithium ion batteries. Li for lithium and the On for lithium. While these guys are called lithium polymer batteries. This guy LiPo, Li for lithium, Po for polymer. These two guys. Okay, I remember now. Li-ion, the On is for ion, lithium ion batteries. Now to check our TP4056, this red guy over here can charge these 3 batteries, but it can only charge one battery at a time. I mean in one battery at a time. For example, now if I connect 3 of these batteries in series, it won't charge them. But if I connect them in parallel, like it takes them like one battery. If I connect, when I mean parallel, I mean when I connect positive of the battery to positive of the battery, negative to negative of the battery, it can charge them as far as they're in parallel. But the more battery we add, the more time it takes to charge. But one battery can power this guy very well. Now, do not use 2 different batteries in parallel. I'm not using it for an example. Do not use 2 batteries in parallel. Use the same battery. There must be the same battery and the same age. These guys are very portable. I'm going to use in power banks and phones. I got it out of my old phone, the battery. Now we come to this guy, this black guy here, the black man. This guy cannot be charged without TP4056 IC. As far as I know, this TP4056, the red guy here. I don't think you can charge it. I've never tried it before. But if you want to get a good charger for it, you can check up 360.com.ng. I think I've seen something there like this before. And you can also buy the batteries there also. But you can also check eBay, Amazon for the charger for this battery. This one I'm holding is a 4-volt lead acid battery. We will just use our boost converter to boost to 12-volt to power our project. The guys are very big, so I prefer to use the lithium ion batteries. If you look at these 2 batteries, one is bigger than the other and more robust than the other. Obviously it's the red one, but this battery claims to have 3,800 milliamp. That's how you can know a fake battery from original one. When you hold a battery that claims to be 3,800 milliamp and it's very light like this guy and it's very small, you know it's probably a fake battery. But when you see this guy, if you can feel the weight, I know you can't. It's quite heavier than this guy and it's more bigger than it. You always know that it is a more powerful battery than this guy. So this guy is not 3,800 milliamp. 3,800 milliamp batteries are very kind of heavy little and big like this. The bigger the battery, the bigger the capacity, the more bigger the battery is. You can see that some power banks. See very big power bank, they have bigger capacities. Smaller power bank have small capacities. So goes with the batteries. So goes with the battery. So do not let anyone cheat you. Always check the weight and the size. This guy, I can say maybe is around 1,000 milliamp or so. So let me prove to you that this boost converter actually works. Now let's check the voltage of our battery first. Let's set my multimeter to 20 volt here. I put our multimeter at 20 volts. Now connect the positive of our multimeter to the positive of the battery. Negative, this is the black wire, the negative of the battery. You can see our battery reading 3.5 3.6 volts. Now let's check the voltage in our MP3608 voltage boost converter. So I'm connected it to our boost converter now. It's reading 14 volts. Oh, wait. See, reading 14 volts. Now I was a little shaky there, that's why it got disconnected. See, 14.7 volts. And I advise you to stay at 12 volts. Maybe I'll try to reduce this guy later. Please stay at 12 volts to be safe. If you want to adjust the voltage, you have this potentiometer here. Can you see it, guys? This potentiometer here. So when you turn it, you can vary the voltage. You can increase the voltage or reduce the voltage with this guy. So you can reduce it to 12 volts. If you want to be a bit lower, please do not exceed 12 volts. And if you want to be stubborn and exceed 12 volts, see the voltage rating of our boost converter is 3 to 24 volts. It might blow up. And normally the MT3608 usually boosts times 2 of its voltage. And if I'm applying 5 volts, I should boost it to 10 volts. But since this guy does not draw a lot of current, that's why my circuit is not overheating now. Normally, if my circuit was drawing a lot of current and I go more than times 2, it might be overheating. But since this guy draws very little current, I want to get any overheating here. Sorry, it's not heating up. It doesn't heat up. I advise to stay at 12 volts. Please stay at 12 volts. Now to charge it, I can see it's charging now. I'm charging with my power bank over here. You can also plug this to your PC or to a 5-volt adapter. So when I pull it out, the red LED goes off. When you plug it back in, the LED comes on. The red LED comes on. So when it's full, the color should change. It's going to go to green. But depend on your TP4056 module, maybe another color. I think mine should be green. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. P.S. You see, notice that this guy is not covered up already, so exposed with the wires everywhere. I do plan on upgrading it more. I plan on making it wireless later. That means the sensor and this guy will be in different places. This sensor can be where, let's say my generator, for example. Now the sensor can be close to my generator, like this guy here can be in my room. So if anybody tries to move my generator or go close to it, depending on the way I set it, the alarm comes up, and it comes up not where the generator is, but in my room, so I can wake up. So I'm trying to make this wireless so it can work. So that I'll be expecting that in one of my videos later on. And also plan on changing this sensor to a motion sensor. This module can take different sensors. It can take a motion sensor, a vibration sensor, a proximity sensor. So when I put a motion sensor, I want to use a motion sensor for my generator. So when I glue this guy on my generator, if it moves, or if someone trying to move it, when I turn it on, the alarm comes up in my room. So I can wake up and check who's trying to steal my generator. I use this guy for many things, even for your door. If somebody opens your door moves, the motion sensor can detect your door has been opened, let's say by 12 midnight, who's opening your door by 12 midnight. So it comes up again in your room. I want to use a wireless module. We'll talk about that in our next video. Now, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.